हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है। और अभी हम कर रहे हैं इकोनॉमी। और इससे पहले के चैप्टर जिसने नहीं पढ़े हैं वो जाकर पढ़ लेना, क्योंकि प्लेलिस्ट बना रखी है। द सप्लाई ऑफ मनी एंड वेरियस मेजर्स, यहाँ तक पढ़ लिया था, ये फॉर्मूला वगैरह। अब पढ़ेंगे इसके आगे। इन अ मॉडर्न इकोनॉमी, मनी कंसिस्ट मेनली ऑफ करेंसी नोट्स एंड कॉइन्स issued by the monetary authority of the country. In India, currency notes are issued by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), which is the monetary authority in India. However, coins are issued by the Government of India. Apart from currency notes and coins, the balance in saving or current account deposits held by the public in commercial banks is also considered money, since check drawn on these accounts are used to settle transactions. Such deposits are called demand deposits, as they are payable by the bank on demand from the account holder. Other deposits, example fixed deposits, have a fixed period to maturity and are referred to as time deposits. So, a 100 rupee note can be used to obtain commodities worth 100 rupees from a shop. The value of the paper itself is negligible, certainly less than rupees 100. Similarly, the value of the metal in a 5 rupee coin is probably not worth rupees 5. Why then do people accept such notes and coins in exchange of goods which are apparently more valuable than these? The value of the currency notes and coins is derived from the guarantee provided by the issuing authority of these items. Every currency note bears on its face a promise from the governor of RBI that if someone produce the note to RBI or any other commercial bank, RBI will be responsible for giving the person purchasing power equal to the value printed on the note. The same is also true of coins. यही सेम किसके केस में है? कॉइन्स के केस में भी सेम ऐसा ही है. करेंसी नोट्स एंड कॉइन्स आर देयरफॉर कॉल्ड फिएट मनी. क्या बोलते हैं इसे? फिएट मनी. They do not have intrinsic value like a gold or silver coin. They are also called legal tenders. इनको क्या कहते हैं? लीगल टेंडर बोलते हैं. As they cannot be refused by any citizen of the country for settlement of any kind of transaction. Checks drawn on savings or accounts, however, can be refused by anyone as a mode of payment. Hence, demand deposits are not legal tenders. Legal definitions narrow and bold money. Money supply, like money demand, is a stock variable, the total stock of money in circulation among the public at a particular point of time is called money supply. RBI publishes figures for four alternative measures of money supply, viz. M1, M2, M3 and M4. They are defined as follows: M1 equals to CU plus DD, M2 equals to M1 plus saving deposits with post office savings bank, M3 equals to M1 plus net time deposits of commercial banks, M4 equals to M3 plus total deposits with post office savings organizations excluding national savings certificates, where CU is currency notes plus coins held by the public and DD is net demand deposits held by commercial banks. The word net implies that only deposits of the public held by the banks are to be included in money supply. The interbank deposits which a commercial bank holds in the other commercial banks are not to be regarded as part of money supply. M1 and M2 are known as narrow money, M3 and M4 are known as gold money. These measures are in decreasing order of liquidity. M1 is most liquid and easiest for transactions, whereas M4 is least liquid for all. M3 is most commonly used measures of money supply. It is known as aggregate money monetary resources. अब इसमें जो है M1 और M2, इसको क्या कहते हैं? नैरो मनी. ठीक है. और जो M3 है मोस्ट कॉमनली है, उसको क्या देंगे? एग्रीगेट मॉनेटरी रिसोर्सेज. Box number 3.2, dominant demonetization. Demonetization was a new initiative taken by the government of India in November 2016 to tackle the problem of corruption, black money, terrorism, and circulation of fake currency in the economy. Old currency notes of rupees 500 and 1000 were no longer legal tender. New currency notes in the demonetization of denomination of rupees 500 and 2000 were launched. The public were advised to deposit old currency notes in their bank accounts till 31 September 2016 without any declaration and up to 31 March 2017 with the RBI with declaration. Further, to avoid a complete breakdown and cash crunch, notes government had allowed exchange of rupees 4000 old currency the by new currency per person and per day. Further, till 12 December 2016, old currency notes were acceptable as legal tender at petrol pumps, government hospitals, and for payment of government dues like taxes, power bills, etc. This move received both appreciation and criticism. There were long queues outside banks and ATM booths. The shortage of currency in circulation had an adverse impact on the economic activities. However, things improved with time and normalcy returned. The move has had positive impact also. It improved tax compliance as a large number of people were bought in the tax amid. The savings of an individual were channelized into the formal financial system. As a result, banks have more resources at their disposal which can be used to provide more loans at lower interest rates. It is a demonstration of a state's decision to put a curb on black money, showing that tax evasion will no longer be tolerated. Tax evasion will result in financial penalty and social condemnation. Tax compliance will improve and corruption will decrease. Demonstration could also help tax administration in other way by shifting transactions out of the cash economy into the formal payment system. Households and firms have begun to shift from cash to electronic payment technologies. अब इसकी समरी हो जाएगी, एक्सचेंज ऑफ कमोडिटीज विदाउट द मीडिएशन ऑफ मनी इज कॉल्ड बार्टर एक्सचेंज। जहाँ पे मनी का एक्सचेंज नहीं आता, एक्सचेंज की तरह यूज़ नहीं करते, उसे क्या कहते हैं, बार्टर एक्सचेंज, बार्टर सिस्टम। इट सफ़र फ्रॉम लैक ऑफ डबल coincidence of bonds. Money facilitates exchange by acting as a commonly acceptable medium of exchange in a modern economy. People hold money boldly for two motives: transactions motive and speculative motive. Supply of money, on the other hand, consists of currency notes and coins, demand and time deposits held by commercial banks, etc. It is classified as narrow and board money according to the decreasing order of liquidity. In India, the supply of money is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), which acts as the monetary authority of the country. Various actions of the public, the commercial banks of the country, and RBI are responsible for change in the supply of money in the economy. RBI regulates money supply by controlling the stock of high-powered money, the bank rate and reserve requirements of the commercial banks. It also sterilizes the मनी सप्लाई इन द इकोनॉमी अगेंस्ट एक्सटर्नल शॉक्स। ठीक है, और इसी के साथ ये चैप्टर हो जाता है हमारा समाप्त। इसके आगे क्या है, इसके आगे कुछ भी नहीं है। इसके आगे ये है बार्टर एक्सचेंज, मनी यूनिट ऑफ बार्टर एक्सचेंज का मतलब पता ही है, जहाँ पर मनी काम नहीं करता, किसी सामान के बदले में सामान देते हैं। बॉन्ड्स जैसे कि गवर्नमेंट के बॉन्ड हैं। लिक्विडिटी ट्रैप, लीगल टेंडर, जो नोट वगैरह होते हैं उनको क्या देते हैं, जो करेंसी होती है उसे कहते हैं लीगल टेंडर, रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे। बोर्ड मनी, रिजर्व डिपॉजिट रेशो, मनी मल्टीप्लायर, ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशंस, कैश रिजर्व रेशो (CRR), रिजर्व रेशो रेट, डबल कोइंसिडेंस ऑफ बॉन्ड्स, मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज, स्टोर ऑफ वैल्यू, रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, फिएट मनी, नैरो मनी, करेंसी डिपॉजिट रेशो, हाई पावर्ड मनी, लेंडर ऑफ लास्ट रिसोर्ट, बैंक रेट और रेपो रेट। ये सब इसके अंदर बता दिया है। ठीक है, ये सब कुछ काम का है नहीं, तो ये चैप्टर हो जाता है यहीं पे समाप्त।